halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Sanders last week, he was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, 5, and finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Up second and goal at the Giants' 2-yard line.
Hurts to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal.
Incomplete. Brings up third and goal.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has a, the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, they're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
Gain of 15.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And he's going to use his legs here. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's second down.
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They get 6 yards going for it on fourth, and now it's first and goal. Throwing Jones. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now James returning. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's Sanders. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. From the gun, Jones. And Tate's got it.
Jones back.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Gain of 12.
Big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Here's Jones, throwing on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. After the sack on first down, Jones, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Jones.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. You got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he rifles one incomplete. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And now it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He may try and run for this. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
So that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
They're going to try and throw. They'll roll him out right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game, what were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the 1st half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Eagles 7.
Let's go, defense. Get out the field, defense.
Jones on 1st down finds his tight end Ingram, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. On the draw, this is Barkley. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, the running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. On 1st down, Sanders. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
A gain of a yard.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The 49-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run. It's Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Down at the 28-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a carry for Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And 10 at the 15-yard line.
Boston Scott, his 1st carry. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He can run, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, his 11th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there, and in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Kicking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You don't always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games when it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
32-yard
A
line.
good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here's James. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
It's hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
He's across.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Lorenzo Carter, his 2nd sack of the night.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be...
And the pressure gets to him again. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. But this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
9-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, the safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On third down, Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escaping.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become a habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 43.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll fire deep for Rager, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Rager was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found that.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Jones, over the middle to Smith, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down, Giants.
Jones now, a final shot before break. It's brought in left side by Tate. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CT in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well, one being a late start.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half, let's do it.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Pettis now on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Pettis on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll run it again with Barkley. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the...
There he goes, left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 61 yards that time on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pettis now on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Take it right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's had a good third quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the third quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better. He's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
On first down, Sanders.
The handoff.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now in his 4th year out of Alabama, there's Dalvin Tomlinson making another nice play up front. He's been one of the strong points of this Giants defense.
45-yard line.
They'll go again with Sanders. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Carrier.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Jeffrey's got him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
That's good.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And who's got it? The Giants!
First pass complete.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Jones pass.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
It's a gain of 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
32-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
A loss of 4 yards.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Now back to work from Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's looking sharp here so far in the third quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave a little bounce. Came out, springing his legs, a little pep in his step. He's taking off and running really well in the third quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come. Some guys, they're happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a 1st down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great left.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Lyon. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Saquon Barkley, and Barkley did not get there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
His size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. It doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage with big plays, and your team's winning. Only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Miles Sanders.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. It's the Eagles under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A gain of 16.
Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this one-score game.
Without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10. At their own
possession of the football, going back over to the Giants. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again, Jones, and he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Giants on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Miles Sanders.
The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another run for Sanders. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Jones took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and less than a yard.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 6-yard pickup. brings up second and goal.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second and
another run here with Sanders. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Jones, and he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Xavier McKinney in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Now Jones throwing on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
Yards to go.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice, long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in a big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanders. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll keep it on the ground. Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, I'm going to throw out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And this time he is in. Miles Sanders taking it in. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Pettis now on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got us to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off at his own 47, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers,